Hello and welcome to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn and this is the 2022 year ahead reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, and Venus. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for post notifications. Normally, when I do the videos for the monthly readings, I do, of course, the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This time around, I've included Mercury for two reasons. So Venus is related to the aspects of love in our life. And this year, the overall energy for this year is the Lover's card. And the Lover's card is the astrological card for Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. And so I've included that in the yearly readings because that is going to be kind of closely affiliated with the overall energy for the year. So I just wanted to clarify that before I step into the readings. Then let's go ahead and move into that. I am using the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck by Marcella Krall, the Romance Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, and also the Life Purpose Oracle cards also by Doreen Virtue to get like a wrap up for the year for 2022 for Pisces. And so Pisces, one of the issues that has come out in the cards, it's a sacred symbol, and the symbol here is for cleansing. And so that is basically saying that this year you're going to need to work on cleansing your mental, your physical, and your emotional bodies. It's a good idea to basically take on the practice of doing spiritual cleansings or limpias as they're called, kind of incorporating them into your weekly or your monthly practice in 2022. The card is saying that it's time for a cleanse of the body, mind, or soul. There's an imbalance, stuck energies, or heaviness in your environment that needs to be cleared. Burning sage, taking a salt bath, receiving energy work, and adjusting to a healthier diet are all ways to cleanse and purify your body and your surroundings. In the Life Purpose card, the card that came out for you for this year is Talk to Your Angels. The card says, instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. This card serves as a reminder that you can ask your angels for help and guidance in any area of your life, including your career and finances. You most likely drew this card because you've been worrying or complaining lately. The angels teach that worry never improves any situation and may actually worsen things through the law of attraction. Fortunately, you can turn any worry into a prayer. That is, change a low energy worry, for instance, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, into a positive prayer such as, thank you, God, for helping provide for my family needs, or please guide my steps so that I can make money in meaningful ways. Prayers allow God and the angels to intervene in your free will choices. First, they'll boost your mood and faith, which will help you feel happier and more peaceful. Then they'll lend you aid in miraculous ways, such as giving you intuitive urges to take certain action steps. Together, you and heaven co-create the answers to your prayers. Please always remember that your Creator wants you to be happy, healthy, and safe, just as any loving parent does. You, like everyone, deserve to be helped so that you have the time and energy to devote to your life purpose. So essentially, this is kind of saying that the focus that you have on the worries in your life are kind of preventing you from following the path or taking the steps necessary to follow your life purpose. And so we're redirecting your worry and putting it in the hands of your Creator, in the hands of your ancestors, in the hands of your guardian angels. It kind of releases you from that worry and allows you to navigate the path that you're meant to be on. And so the focus for 2022 is really kind of getting in tune with your spirituality, getting in tune with yourself, cleansing your space, cleansing your energy, and really tapping into your spirituality in a way that can help you navigate forward and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, as opposed to worrying about the things that you can relinquish to spirit to help you with. And in that process, the final card that came out for the overall energy for the year is also the Soulmate card. You chose this card because you wonder if a certain person is your soulmate, and the answer is yes. As we all do, you have many soulmates, beings with whom you share a mystical soul connection and life path. Soulmates incarnate with the plan of coming together for mutual spiritual and personal growth. As you suspected, the person you're inquiring about is one of yours. That sense of familiarity and comfort you felt when you first met also indicates your soulmate bond. This card sometimes comes to those who ask, when will I meet my soulmate? Or will I ever meet my soulmate, as validation that this will occur. Many times this is the person whom you already know. Although romantic sparks didn't fly at first, you have another opportunity to explore passion together. A lot of this might have to also do with the fact that there is a little bit, like I said, with the first card, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of sadness, and also a heaviness that is occurring in your life that's making you not be able to connect with people because you are worrying about other things such as your finances or, a job or family issues or, other things that are kind of like taking up your mental space. And so you're really unable to recognize what it is that you need in your life, or if your soulmate is in front of you, you might not be seeing them because you are kind of weighed down with other things. So that is something to also keep in mind going into 2022, is the way that you navigate relationships with people that are close to you. Pay attention to people who are, they feel like very familiar to you. They feel like you've known them for a long time, and really kind of, allow yourself to explore those relationships to see, where they can go. Overall energy for 2022 is being represented by the sun in reverse. And so this is really just talking about your outlook, just overall, specifically in the areas of like your romantic relationships in your life. I think there is a sense of kind of being a little bit, down about it, feeling a little bit kind of unenthused about the direction where your love life is going. And also there is also a sense for some of you that you could be not really looking at situations in your life with really like the glass half full. You're looking at it kind of like being half empty. And so that is kind of playing out for in 2022 for you. But the thing to remember is that this energy is kind of fleeting, because the sun card is always a good card to have. It could be like a temporary thing. And so that means that you could be going in and out of those emotions depending on what's going on in your life in terms of like your job, your finances, but also in terms of like your relationships. It does look like there's a struggle with you in terms of connecting with people, and also developing those type of soulmate connections and those deep connections with other people. And so that is something that's going to be playing out for you in 2022. So looking at all the cards laid out for you, it really looks like a couple of the issues that you will be dealing with this year has a lot to do with creating boundaries, also the sense of being honest and direct in your communication. And like I said before, Mercury is at play this year, particularly when it deals with like personal relationships, along with the Lover's card. And so you want to be clear about what it is that you expect, what it is that you want, where you want to go, and specifically in like romantic relationships, but really just overall in your general life, just being very direct and very open and being very clear with people, especially new people that come into your life, about what it is that you expect from them, and what it is that you want to have with them, right? So in the first 4 months of the year, we are seeing this dynamic playing out with the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and also the Ten of Cups. Ultimately, the goal here is your need to feel emotionally fulfilled, content, happy. You want to be in something where you feel like or you want to be in a situation or in a position where you want to feel like you're enjoying all the good things that life has to offer, right? So going out, hanging out with friends, drinking, and good wine and good food, and having a little bit of a romantic relationship, or just basically just really experiencing the beauty that life has to offer, right? Just an overall sense of commitment and contentment. Even though the Nine of Cups is not present, the Ace of Cups is, and also the Ten of Cups. And so that Nine of Cups energy is definitely present in like your underlying desires for what you want. Like you want to be emotionally fulfilled. And so with the Queen of Swords here and also the Ace of Cups, there is the ability to have that, and the ability to have a new start with either a water sign individual, so another Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or a air sign person, so a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, right? So there's the ability and the possibility that you can have that new start with a person in your, coming into your life to give you that Ace of Cups and give you that contentment and fulfillment that you're looking for within the first 3 months of the year. What it looks like happens though with you is that you kind of go through these phases, or you're going to be going through these phases where there is the potential for a start, but then with the star card in reverse, which is also the card for Aquarius, it's like a start and stop situation where it seems to be going that way, and then it doesn't. Something happens where it kind of gets turned upside down. And so there is the element of truth here, because you want to be sure that whenever you are dealing with someone, that you are being open and honest with them, and that you're letting them know the truth about you, about your situations, like what you're, whatever it is that they're asking you, that you're giving them the truth about that. But I feel like that is playing a role in your situations. And so in April, there is a sense that the things that start for you kind of go upside down, and they kind of have like a moment where, the happiness and contentment that you feel, you're kind of losing hope, and you're kind of losing faith that you'll get exactly what it is that you want, with the star card in reverse showing up. I pulled clarification cards for the star card, and what came up is the Nine of Wands, the Death card, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. And so the Queen of Cups in reverse is your card, right? So it looks like you're in a space where you're kind of like looking back over a situation that's happened. And in this case, it's looking back again at the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So that looks like it's kind of come to an end. So whatever you're starting within like the first 3 months of the year kind of ends a little bit abruptly, or there's some issue in terms of like your communication with this person. And so you're kind of losing faith about it. And with the Death card here, like the Death card could be a physical death. It's never really always a physical death. It's an ending of sorts. To whatever started in the first 3 months of the year. And that is going to kind of leave you in a space of, with the reverse Sun and the reverse Queen of Cups, which is your core card, feeling a little bit down, feeling a little bit depressed about, the ending, but also kind of going through the motions. So you kind of want to watch your energy around that time, because you don't want to lash out at the people that are closest to you, and just control like, your moodiness and the way that you interact with other people. So that's like in April. And so because also like, we're going through this period of like Mercury retrograde and also Venus retrograde, you don't necessarily want to start anything new with someone that has come back into your life from the past, because anything that started during that period doesn't necessarily work out in the best way. And so you want to be mindful of that if that is your particular situation, and kind of take your time with it, and kind of come out of Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, and allow things to kind of like flow naturally, to see if it's something that could be built on. So just a thought. In May, June, July, and August. So these are the cards for May, June, July, and August. In May, you're going to be presented with a lot of options, right? And it could be romantic options. It could be job offers. It could be, just a new start, a new fresh start. And they're going to be presented to you in a way that makes it look really appealing. But you want to be mindful about making decisions about certain things just based on what it looks like. Just because it looks like it's gold doesn't mean it's gold. And so the Seven of Cups is really a reminder to kind of look beyond the surface of a thing, to kind of look at it more deeply, and to be careful about the decisions that you're making in May. In June and July, we're encountering a little bit of energy that's associated with the King of Cups, and also the Emperor. Looking at the way that these cards are kind of laying out, there it looks like, because the here goes the Lovers, right? The Lovers card is showing up, and that is really the overall theme for this year. So we want to pay attention to the way that we interact with people, especially people that we want to be in intimate relationships with, because there is a level of vulnerability, a level of openness that needs to happen for these relationships to flourish. And a lot of the relationships that we will have in our lives, and a lot of the relationships you'll encounter, anywhere from May to August, will have a sort of like mirror type energy happening with the Emperor and also the Lovers card, right? So your interactions that you have with potential partners will be mirroring back to you the way that you have acted in previous relationships, especially with the Emperor in reverse. You could have Aries in your chart, so you might want to look out for that. But there is sort of like an imbalance in terms of the way that you deal with people. You might find that the people that come into your life have been controlling, or that you have been controlling, have been just kind of like domineering and wanting to like domineer the situation or the relationship, kind of being very rigid in the way that they think or they feel, and not being open to other perspectives. And so there's a sense of like, no discipline also in the relationship. So again, this could be you or this could be the other person, but there is a dynamic of kind of like meeting and encountering people who are going to be mirroring back to you old relationships and old ways of being that you might have had in the past. And those situations are here to kind of like teach you or to show you what it is that you've been doing and what it looks like to other people, where you can see it, because now it's being done to you. Right. So it's a tool for teaching you what it is that you need to work on and what it is that you need to fix in terms of, dealing with other people. And this type of inflexibility and this type of domination and control is completely counterintuitive to the Lovers card, because it doesn't allow for that environment for things to grow and for things to progress if you're being kind of closed off, when the Lovers card is specifically asking you for you to be open. So that is something that you should be mindful of. So yeah, as a clarification, the Emperor in reverse is being clarified by the Seven of Wands, which is just really like a competitive type of challenging defensive energy, feeling like you're protecting yourself. And the way that this kind of like plays out in the spread, it's positioning itself right in between you or another person and the Lovers card. And so that type of energy is blocking you from stepping into that Lovers energy, which I said is like open and receptive, because of your defensiveness or because of that person's defensiveness towards you, because they're trying to protect themselves. And so protecting yourself, like I said, is completely counterintuitive to being in an intimate relationship. With the Seven of Cups also showing up in this line of the card, it could also mean that, like I said, looking out for things that don't necessarily look the way that they're presented to you. You might kind of feel caught off guard and feel like something comes out about a person that you didn't necessarily see in the beginning. And so that goes back to the Seven of Cups energy, where we're talking about being careful about making decisions without really kind of like vetting it out and being prepared. And so that is the idea of making sure that you're prepared when things happen, and to look at potential threats or risks that are coming your way. Specifically, like I said, it could be an Aries, it could be another water sign, but that is also something that could be playing out for some of you. This card also is showing a little bit of challenge. Like, this is really about setting boundaries for yourself and protecting yourself, but also protecting yourself in a way that, you being honest and open and clear about what it is that you want, and kind of looking to see if people are respecting those boundaries or respecting the things that you're saying, is really an indication of whether or not they should be in your life, right? And so for some of you, this could also mean like a threat or like a challenge to like a project or something that you're working on. Someone or something is kind of getting in the way of you being able to pursue like your goals and your visions, in terms of like if this is like a finance situation or a job or a creative project that you're trying to work on. So you want to make sure that in July that you are kind of making sure that you stand your ground with certain things, to remain positive and to remain open, but you want to make sure that you're fighting for the things that you believe in that oppose you, or threaten like what it is that you're trying to do. But you also want to still be open, and this all comes back to being truthful and honest about what it is that you want, where it is that you're going, and to kind of see if people are understanding and respecting that. So at the end of the month, September, October, November, and December, we have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords in reverse, the Hermit, and also the Page of Cups. So I think like this whole thing that happens with you like in the summer months is really an opportunity to grow. It's really a teaching opportunity, a teaching moment for you. The Hermit card is really a card for Virgo, but it's also a card really for kind of stepping away from the darkness and stepping into the darkness in a way where you can navigate the darkness to learn what it is that you need, or to do, or to be, or to practice, or to become, in order to kind of attain and reach your goals. Because with the Three of Swords here in reverse, there is a sense of a heartbreak or relationship ending, coming through a painful situation. But all these moments and these small deaths are really lessons, right, that teach you, and teach you to kind of like understand how to navigate moving forward. And so again, with the Ace of Swords here, there is this element of truth, of honesty, and nothing can really be built if there isn't truth and there isn't honesty. And so I do feel like this is an element that's playing out for you this year. But again, your year ends with the Page of Cups, which is like your card, right? So always hopeful and always faithful that things will work out, which is a brilliant energy to have. And again, the overall energy is the Sun in reverse, which means that anything dark that happens doesn't last forever. Like trouble doesn't last always, right? So things will happen and things will end, but at the end of something, there's always a new beginning. And I feel like you're going to end off the year on a really hopeful note that you will get what it is that you're looking for, and you will get what it is that you need. The issue here is that you need to take the lessons that you learn and apply them moving forward. The Three of Swords is being clarified here by the Five of Cups and also the Page of Pentacles. And so again, there is this element, if you look at the Five of Cups, it's showing that the person is looking at the three cups that are overturned and spilled, but not realizing that there's two cups behind them that could potentially be full. So don't waste your time crying over something that you can't change, or crying over spilled milk, as they like to say, because sometimes when you do that, you miss what is there for you. You miss, that potential for growth and that potential to be more. And with the Page of Pentacles here, coming out of this space, you might be in a space where you're focusing on really trying to tap into your ability to manifest something, such as like a new job, or turning like a hobby into like a business venture, or going back to school, but really just trying to get something that's a little bit more tangible, and to keep your feet planted and to be grounded, and really kind of expending your energy on learning like a new skill set, working on a new business. Like I said, going back to school is also a possibility, but really kind of like stepping into a space where you're kind of working on things to be successful, financially abundant for the long term. And so this is an opportunity to do that. And so with the Hermit card right next to this is going to be a time for you to kind of step away from everything that's going on around you, taking this heartbreak and kind of focusing your energies on building something, but also just paying attention to the positive things that could be happening, or the positive things that are available to you that you might not be seeing because you're focused on other things. And so that is the look ahead for 2022 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus, and Rising. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I really appreciate you for taking the time to hear this video out. And I look forward to giving you videos for the remainder of the year. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video and comment below telling me how this is playing out in your life. Feel free to come back throughout the year to kind of reference to see how things are playing out, and I will see you soon.